You claim that at the time of the murder, you were with Detective Bad.
But don't you lawyers usually discuss the trial with your clients during the recess?
We do, and that's what I was planning to do. But Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening, and he dragged Mr. Rell away. Gone like the wind. After that, Mr. Bad came to lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked. Shoot the breeze,
And what did you talk with Detective Bad about?
Nothing interesting. I just insulted him some. Talked about how the trial was going. Then I insulted him some more.
Bloody! When she's not laughing, her mouth seemingly spews nothing but insults.
Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in defendant lobby number 1 when the murders occurred. Oh, so I really can't tell you anything but the hallway or lobby number 2.
I see. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Mac Rell. Now, your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu, is that correct?
Yeah. Once I had heard it was the Yagaratsu that made off with the evidence from KG8, I began to ask Mr. Rell all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out, Mr. Rell was not the Yagaratsu. He had just made that up.
He made it up?
Mr. Rell's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras. But there is no footage of him sneaking into the Kodopian embassy himself.
Hold on for just 1 second. Then, you mean to say that you knew that he was not the real Yatagarasu? And that he was just another cold-blooded killer? And you were ready to defend him?
Yes, that's right.
I see. So a defense lawyer is actually just someone whose job is to cover for criminals.
That's why defense lawyers are so detestable. But they are no match for us von Karmas.
I don't believe it! You're serious! Why don't you save that face for something really worth being serious about? And Edgeworth, do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG8 incident, alright?
And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer?
Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rell was to be his lawyer. And with that, I had no intention of covering for him. Ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to.
I'm sorry. Forgive my rashness. Miss Yew, I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu, huh? I don't really know much about that character myself, but I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend them.
Requests from companies?
Yatagarasu isn't some petty thief out for money, you know.
Alright then. Perhaps the Yatagarasu is in the business of stealing people's lives.
You're not very funny or witty, are you, Linus von Karma?
Franzisca, be careful about who you whip! Choose carefully or we may...
There. I chose carefully, just like you wanted.
Just now was hilarious, little Missy!
Of course it was.
I take it back!
What is wrong with these two women? Why does my pain give them delight?
And so in the end, what is the Yatagarasu? I have to say, I had never even heard of this thief when I was in Deutschland.
Yatagarasu deals in information, namely busily in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the likes of companies. The Yatsugaratsu is a vigilante who steals such information and makes it public for all to see.
Vigilante or not, this person sounds like another criminal to me.
I suppose you could put it that way, too. But either way, I get a lot more clients now, thanks to that thief.
Sounds like Miss Yew is profiting nicely. I suppose I've gotten all I can out of Miss Yew. I should move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe now. But first, what exactly is going on up here?
I can't stop the water, sir! And this is bad! You ever have a super
It seems that the man who was here earlier broke it by drinking from it too much.
soaker, sir!
Bunch of fools who pretended not to see the foolishly foolish actions of foolish fool.
Well then, why don't you lend the officer a hand?
As if I should have anything to do with this. Besides, that water-drinking fool's mouth is a thing that officer should be covering. Let's give the officer a description of the water guzzler later.
She seems to have quite the grudge. It sounds to me like someone wanted a drink. Now for Gumshoe. Why exactly is this police officer not helping?
Wow, this thing is so incredibly detailed. My inner modeling fanboy is impressed.
I'm not exactly a fan of plastic models per se, but even I can sense the superb quality of this model.
I simply cannot comprehend how that man can feel so much love for a trifle.
Oh, I see.
You're a disciple of my father, so you would do well to guard yourself against an interest in such unproductive things.
Yes, perhaps I should take up whipping people like the young lady over here. Detective Gumshoe.
Hey, it's you, pal. You're here.
Go!
As am I.
I noticed.
I don't think you needed to whip him to let him know that.
I didn't do it, pal. I swear on my honor as a detective, I really didn't.
Your words are useless. I place my trust only in the evidence, Detective. Once the investigation is fully over, and should we find out that you are the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you.
Come on, have a heart, pal.
But you're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about if you really are innocent, that is.
Hey, that's right. Hey, pal, go and do your perfect investigation and get that real killer from me, will ya?
I would have done so, even had you not requested me to, Detective. So you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you do to make him so angry?
I just asked Detective Bad the same thing myself, pal. Turns out, he was mad at me because on my very first day as a detective, I reported in at my usual post instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. By the time I got down to Criminal Affairs, I was really, really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech.
I remember doing the same exact thing in elementary school. On the first day of school every year, I always wind up going to my old classroom.
How pathetic for the detective to be compared to a mere schoolchild.
Why are you looking at me like I'm some kind of child?
You claim to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so and from whom?
Earlier, at around 3:20. And from Detective Bad, pal. Today's trial took a really crazy turn. So I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday.
And yet, something did happen to him, correct? It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign you to guard duty.
Oh! Your words sting worse than your whip, pal.
So it was Detective Bat who ordered him to stand guard, huh? Now then, Detective Gumshoe. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
No. Not a thing, pal.
In that case, allow us to take a look at what you're carrying on your personage.
Ah! Wait! You can't do that!
There's nothing of any particular value here.
Well, my handcuffs and badge were confiscated by Detective Bad, so, you know.
And what is that open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket?
Ah! Hands off, pal!
Just show it to us already!
Annual bonus check within $5 total. Except there's no check inside.
Alright, you've had your look. Now give it back, pal! It's my first bonus as a brand new detective. I just got it and cashed it today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did, you know. So that envelope is really special to me. Now give it back!
You don't need rubbish like this. Don't worry, we'll throw it away for you later.
How could you?
I'm sorry, but we need to take him in for questioning now.
I think I've asked him just about everything I needed to. No, wait. Since he became a suspect, there is one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. Officer, I ask that you wait a second. I still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe.
Understood, but please make it brief, sir.
I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not his testimony about when the crime occurred is the truth. It's a bookshelf. What's this? Time travel by dancing. It's just a jump to the left and then a step to the right. Put your hands on your hips and bring your knees in tight. Seems to be a formula for making time go forward quickly. Anything in here? Absolutely nothing. Now, exactly what evidence do I need to present? Ah, his testimony, of course. You told me earlier that you heard no sound other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct?
No mistake about it, pal.
Then you are also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either. Is that also correct?
Yup! Not even a single ant passed through that hall while I was on duty!
You do realize that the lie you're telling is only making life more difficult for yourself.
Huh? Oh. But it's true! I didn't see anyone go through the hallway, and I didn't hear anyone else, pal! I bet the killer found a way to kill the two guys that's beyond what I can even imagine!
So he intends to continue telling this ridiculous lie. But why would he do so, given the situation he's in? I believe a thorough investigation of the hallway in front of the defendant lobbies is in order.
Ah! You!
No!
I can't believe it! She kicked him right in the nuts!
How could you have not noticed that coming?
Wasn't that the child I changed money for earlier?
Thanks! That's exactly what I needed!
Kids can sometimes be so cruel.